Hey, class of 2025. Congratulations on making it to your senior year. Today, I'm going to go over the different components of your senior conference, which we will discuss in more depth in person. But for now, a general overview to get you ready. The first thing we're going to talk about are your graduation requirements and whether or not you're on track. At this point, you should be pretty familiar with what the expectations are. Your 28 credits, your graduation pathway, your Washington State history requirement, and the high school and beyond plan. This senior conference is kind of the culmination of your high school and beyond plan, and it will consist of our in-person meeting and also uploading a final copy of your resume into your personalized plan within School Links. And I'll show you how to do that here in just a bit. I also want to remind those of you who might be behind a couple credits at this time that your credit retrieval is due April 30th by 4 p.m. No exceptions. Okay, so please do not wait to get your work done. Please try and get it done well before that day because we do not want to risk you not participating in our graduation ceremony. Okay? Also, fines and fees. That's a big one. I recommend that you have them cleared up, paid off by the end of May, okay? You can take care of that now if you want, and that's actually what we would recommend that you do. But please do not let it go past that last week in May. If you do not pay and clear off your fines and fees, you will not participate in the graduation ceremony. There are no exceptions, so please do not wait to get that done. Okay, and also please make sure that you are passing all of your second semester required courses. Do not wait till the last minute to turn in assignments to make sure that your grade is passing. Show up, do your work, ask for help if needed, and get them done. Okay, again, I don't want to get to the situation where we're scrambling to try and get your grades to passing and not be able to participate in the graduation ceremony. There are no exceptions. If you don't meet the requirements, you do not walk. Again, remember that walking in the graduation ceremony and earning your diploma are two different things. You will still have an opportunity to complete the requirements for your diploma, but you will not be allowed to participate in the graduation ceremony if you are not meeting the requirements by the specified deadlines. Another part of our conversation is going to be post-secondary planning, okay? At this point, most of you have an idea of what you want to do after high school, and you have already started taking steps towards making that plan a reality. Whether it's going off to a four-year university, going to a community college, applying to a trade school, joining the military, or maybe taking a gap year just to kind of live life and get a more solid idea of what you want to do. We can have a more in-depth conversation about what those plans are, and if you need help taking those next steps, I am happy to help you figure that out and get you started. Okay, so please come to this conference ready with questions or anything that I can help with to kind of keep you moving along this pathway. All right, another big component, financial aid. So four-year universities, community colleges, vocational programs, they ask you to complete your FAFSA or your WASFA, okay? The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid, and U.S. citizens, legal permanent residents, and students with qualifying visas are encouraged to fill out the FAFSA. If you are an undocumented student, with or without DACA, who's lived in Washington State for more than a year from the date that you're planning on attending college, you should fill out the WASFA. You do not fill out both. It's one or the other. The application for FAFSA opens on December 1st. It's previously October, but because of some updates, they pushed the start of that application window to December 1st. And we have a financial aid kind of support series here at Wenatchee High School. Our College Mentor Program coordinator, Mrs. Anderson, has set up a bunch of different workshops, and we are inviting everyone to join us because we're going to have community partners here educating our students and family about what the financial aid process is, and also how to get prepared for when the December 1st window opens. All right. Once your FAFSA, WASFA is submitted, you're going to receive some feedback on your eligibility, and you might be eligible for, the free money, the grants that you don't have to pay back, the scholarships, that you don't have to pay back. Depending on your need, you might be eligible for a work study where you can work to earn money to pay for your expenses. Or you might be eligible for student loans. Those you do have to pay back, okay? But again, this financial aid series is going to help educate you on the whole process and help you understand what the awards are and how you can finance your post-secondary journey. Okay, so I really do encourage you to join us for those workshops. This is Miss Anderson, again, our College Mentor Program Coordinator, and this is a blurb from the senior info sheet that I have shared with you, with different links to the scholarship list that Mrs. Anderson has created and is maintaining. It is a live document, and she's going to be putting new scholarship opportunities in there regularly. So make sure that you are checking back often, and that you are setting aside some time every week to keep looking for scholarships that you're eligible for and applying. There's also links to our to the Washboard, to our Community Foundation, NCW, to the Washington Opportunity Scholarship, the Washington Grant, and more information about college-bound scholars. And there's also a resource that was originally intended for college-bound scholars. It's called the OtterBot. But it's a texting service that students and parents can use to get information about financial aid and also about college applications and admissions. Basically anything that you're needing for this process. So I highly encourage you to utilize these resources. And now, setting up your appointment to meet with your counselor or with your advisor. Okay, things are a little bit different this year because Miss Lenahan, our Running Start counselor, is out on leave. So between myself, Mrs. Stuber, and Mr. White, we are kind of splitting our Running Start senior caseload. Okay, so again, I'm the counselor for the class of 2025. So if you are a full-time Wenatchee High School student, you're going to be meeting with me. If you are a Running Start senior with the last name A through GA, I will also be your point person until Miss Lenahan returns. If you're a Running Start senior with the last name GB through PH, Miss Stuber is going to be your point of contact. And if you are a Running Start senior with the last names PI through Z, Mr. White is going to be your contact. Okay. If you are one of our ELD students, you are going to be working with Mrs. Pulido, again, ELD seniors. And if you are a student with an IEP, you're going to be working with your case manager, so either Mrs. Duncan or Mrs. Johnson. Okay. So whomever your contact person is, make sure that you're reaching out and that you are setting up a time to have your senior conference. And before we meet, I do want to make sure that you watch this video in its entirety because there are some steps that you have to take to get ready for your senior conference. And I also want to make sure that you are uploading a copy of your resume to your personalized plan within SchoolLinks, and I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a second. I also want to encourage you to take a moment to go through your personalized plan and make any updates as necessary before we meet. Again, we have about 30 minutes reserved for each senior conference, and there are about 460 some seniors in this graduating class. So amongst all of the counselors and advisors, it's going to take us some time to meet with all of you. So please be proactive, set up your appointment soon, and set a reminder so that you do not forget that appointment, okay? So now let's go to SchoolLinks, and I'm going to show you how to upload your resume into your personalized plan. All right, so now you're in your SchoolLinks dashboard, and you guys should be pretty familiar with this screen by now. Quick reminder, if you are applying to colleges, please make sure to link your applications to your SchoolLinks College Application Manager. I have included instructions in the senior information sheet, and it's pretty simple, but this makes it easier for us to upload any necessary documents and recommendations to your applications, so please get them linked, okay? And also a quick reminder, if you need a transcript, you can access it in SchoolLinks 24/7 by clicking on the apple and then clicking on Records Request, and then just downloading an unofficial copy or requesting that a copy be sent to whichever school you need it to, okay? But for today's purposes, the personalized plan, click on the apple, click on personalized plan, and it's going to take you to this screen. Once you are here, you are going to make sure that you're clicking on the 24-25 school year and start plan. This is what we're going to be going over as part of our senior conference, okay? Click on Career Interest Inventory, and this is from the initial onboarding that you did when you first started using SchoolLinks, and also through the different assessments that you've done over the years, okay? So there's not a whole lot to do here. Go ahead and click Next. It's going to take you to your career goals. And if this information is still accurate, again, based on the activities that you've done, go ahead and leave it as is. Or if not, you have the ability to be able to edit it and to change career cluster, to change your post-secondary goal, to add a college if necessary, or whatever is applicable to you, okay? So you can edit it here. You can also go up into your profile and edit it there. But once it is accurate, go ahead and click Next, and it's going to take you to the resume component. Okay, most of you have taken personal finance, Adulting 101, or are in a financial literacy class right now. Part of that class is to create a resume, and for most of you, you have that resume saved somewhere in your Google Drive. Go ahead and find it and download a copy and upload it here into your personalized plan. And once you've done that, go ahead and click Next. Because I am asking that all of you submit it in SchoolLinks, you're going to click No because you are not submitting a paper copy outside of SchoolLinks. So make sure you hit No because you've uploaded your resume, and you click Next. Okay. For step number 5, the 4-year course plan, I have asked that this be disabled right now because since we have switched from a 4-period day to a 6-period day, and classes are now worth a half a credit instead of a full credit, some of you might have realized that the 4-year course planner does not look accurate. There are some errors. It's just not looking right. So rest assured that I am tracking everything on the back end. I have a binder with all of my notes in Skyward. Everything is fine. And I would rather just avoid some confusion by disabling this function, and just know that we are going to talk about this in person when you come in for your meeting, and that I am tracking everything accurately on the back end. Okay, so just click Next. And then we get to the FAFSA component. Okay, because of our financial aid series, the workshops that we're having, the resources that I've attached to the senior information doc, and because of the conversations that we're going to have during your senior meeting, you can click whichever one of these options is the best fit for you, or however you receive the information, and we'll click Next. Okay. And then for the Smarter Balance assessment, again, there are a couple things that aren't looking quite right in SchoolLinks right now. This unfortunately is one of them. So we have, you might see your Smarter Balance scores, you might not, but rest assured I am tracking everything accurately on the back end, and once we talk about your graduation requirements, you're going to know exactly where you stand, okay? And that is the last component of this feature in SchoolLinks. So you're going to go ahead and submit your plan, and once we meet in person, I am going to approve your plan once we walk through all the steps together, and I make sure that you have your resume and all of the necessary components, okay? That will be kind of my checkbox to be able to then go in and request that your transcript be updated to say that you have met your high school and beyond graduation requirement and that you are good to go, okay? So again, please take some time to complete this before we meet in person. All right, that about sums it up in a nutshell. And again, we're going to go into things in more detail when we meet in person. But for right now, June 6, 2025, that is the finish line, okay? And you guys are so close. So again, I really encourage you guys to show up every day, to do your work, to ask questions, and to keep working on these next steps. They're going to get you to whichever plan and goal you have set for next year and beyond. And even if you decide to take a gap year to kind of figure things out, or your plans change down the road, you can always come back to the time that you've put in and the preparation that you've done in this post-secondary planning opportunity, okay? Again, please let me know if you have any questions throughout this process. come in, make an appointment, get on the calendar, and let's talk about life after high school. All right? In the meantime, again, reach out if you have any questions. Come on into the counseling office. Either of our secretaries can help get you set up, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.